Hello everyone, and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars video. Today I am going to be showing off my newest MOC from ANDOR Season 2. I am happy that ANDOR has given us so many different and new models of ships, especially this and the TIE Avenger, which, like other things, I've made MOCs of already. This has to be one of my favorite additions to the Star Wars universe, and also the thing that I spent the most amount of time on. Although I thought about making this a midi-scale ship, I was asked to make it minifigure scale, and this led me to create one of my biggest and most detailed models yet. Before we continue the video, I'd also like to mention that this model is available on Rebreakable, with fully made instructions, so I'd highly recommend checking them out. There were a lot of people asking for a smaller version of this ship too, so if you'd like to see that, I also made a modification of the Imperial Shuttle LEGO set 75302, and it fixes a lot of the problems with the original set. But if you still want to see more about it, then you could find it on Rebreakable, or let me know if you'd like to see another video going into detail about that version too. Back to the main feature of this video. While I wasn't able to find an exact height, I was able to estimate it. I was able to find out that this ship is 10 to 14 meters tall. While I won't bore you with the intricate details, at its tallest and shortest form of minifigure scale, it evens out to about the same height. This model was constructed at 1/40th scale. The reason I had to measure this on my own is because it isn't the same size as the typical Imperial Shuttle. Although I couldn't find sources that all said the same thing, most range from about 28 meters to 36 meters. That makes the ISB shuttle about 2.5 times smaller. The first thing I started working on were the wings. These are the most intricately designed wings that you will see on any model of the ship. It uses Technic, studs on top, snot bricks, and many more interesting things to get it to look as smooth as possible on all sides. Even the Imperial logo is a completely new design that I came up with using a Technic belt wheel to get the hexagonal shape. The only problem with this is that it does stick out quite a bit. While a real Lego replacement would be the Imperial pilot helmet pieces, those go for about $67 on Bricklink, which is insane, and some people have decided to go with replacement stickers from third-party shops. One of the things that some people didn't notice is how different the cockpit is from the original Tidarium. I actually prefer this over the old design, but it has a truncated nose and is angled in a unique way. It also incorporates new building techniques and even newer pieces to get it just right. The neck is also brand new. It connects higher than any other shuttle and makes it look like a turtle, but I made sure to design it so it would keep as much detail as possible, especially since one of the details I managed to keep on the underside of the chin is the ridges that are barely seen in one of the shots. We are going to skip the middle and look at the back, but for now I do want you to look at it and see if you can find anything that's unique about it. The back, however, is still very interesting. It took a while to get right, but the angles are perfect and it lines up very nicely to get this perfect shape, as well as the glow from the engines. While building this, you will run into a nice little Easter egg that I added where there is an Octan logo to show you where the power comes from. And that's because the LEGO Star Wars Empire is powered by Octan. One of the problems that I ran into while designing this model was how the back door opened. There's a problem in the fact that the hull extends behind the ship and has an outline that otherwise collides with the door, so that you can tilt the ramp down, but it still hits the bottom step. What I ended up doing was making it so that the bottom step could also be tilted down, so it wouldn't be able to collide with the ramp. The ramp is also able to extend, however it might be a little bit weak, but that would be very easy to fix. The last thing I'm going to mention before the secret is the landing gear. In the first scene this shows up, there's actually an error in the model because the landing gear is already extended and actually intercepts the wing, making it so that it is visible through the wing when it shouldn't be. While mine doesn't have a retracting landing gear, it is still there so that you can display it in landed mode, which I think would be the best because it shows off the underside of the amazing wings. Okay, finally. This is the moment you've been waiting for. You might have seen a peek when I opened the back, but there is an interior. The large wing on the top is built very sturdy, however, it's easy to remove and there is an inside. It might be hard to see, and that's what the other feature's for. The sides of the ship open up with seamless hinges built in so that it's easier to place or take out your minifigures. There are exactly 16 seats in the back. This is even accurate to the show, and it's about as cramped as you think it would be. While you can fill out every seat, you will have to stagger the arms of the minifigures so that they would fit, but I'd love to see if one of you could fill out every seat with an ISB minifigure. The seats are slightly raised and have a small headrest bar that probably isn't very comfortable. You can see out the back, but you can also see out the front. There are some steps made with some very interesting snot and panel building techniques. The front canopy piece is also removable so you can access the front and the seats for the captains, or recreate the scene where K2SO sneaks on board to take care of them. This model was very fun to make and took so much time, so if you would like to support me, then please hit that like and subscribe button and let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Also, check out my Ribrickable page, which is linked in the description with both models. This one would cost you about $300 including the instructions, but that is well worth it for the size and complexity of this model. If that's not your style and you'd rather have a smaller version, then you can get the instructions to modify set 75302 Imperial Shuttle to look just like the new one. If you don't already own the older set, then that's fine because it also happens to be cheaper to buy all of the pieces for the smaller set than if you already purchased that set at MSRP. I found that fact to be very interesting, but let me know as well if you'd like to see a review on that modification as well. Finally, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.